Unless you've been living on the dark side of the sun over the past week, you will know about the rather contentious photo that was released by the Prince and Princess of Wales on UK Mother's Day over the weekend. The photo, which depicts a smiling Catherine, Princess of Wales, and the royal children, Princes George and Louis and Princess Charlotte, was intended to create some clarity over the whereabouts and the well-being of the Princess of Wales, given she has been absent from public duties for the past 2 months after planned abdominal surgery in January. And while the photo may look innocuous, it was soon revealed to be anything but. Soon after its release on the Wales's Instagram account, a rarely issued kill notice was put out by major photo agencies who had picked up and started redistributing the photo, including the Associated Press, because according to them, it appeared the photo had been manipulated by the source. In plain terms, it had been doctored, photoshopped, airbrushed, whatever you want to call it, which, in this context especially, is a big deal, given the photo was intended to ensure transparency about the condition of the Princess of Wales. Instead, it did anything but. So what exactly was so wrong with the photo that it caused photo agencies to issue a kill notice? After all, at first glance, it looks like a perfectly lovely, smiling family photo. Well, according to the Daily Mail, there are 16 things wrong with the photo, which was taken by Prince William, some more obvious than others, like how Princess Charlotte's hair ends abruptly on her right shoulder, or Prince Louis's strangely tangled fingers, and the weirdly distorted ledge near Louis's hand, as well as quite a few others.
These are the areas which, at a closer look, are now being scrutinised by the experts. Exhibit A, a smiling family photo, but zoom in and the jumper on Princess Charlotte's wrist appears to have disappeared, while Kate Middleton's zip is clearly not aligned. On the bottom left, the line of the wall looks like it's been cut in half. And if we're going to get really forensic about this, there are many more signs of photo editing, which can be seen on this image.
What in the botched Photoshop is this?
She is missing her wedding ring.
Look at all the kids, right? They're all looking right at the camera, right down the barrel of the lens. Now look at Kate. Completely different eye line. She's looking over there.
Her hand on the right is not blurry, while the one on the left is.
According to this forensic analysis, some of those branches up there in the right-hand corner have been edited as well.
As you can see, a fairly amateur photoshopping job, which was soon addressed by Catherine Middleton herself on Twitter. Like many amateur photographers, I do occasionally experiment with editing. I wanted to express my apologies for any confusion the family photograph we shared yesterday caused. I hope everyone celebrating had a very happy Mother's Day. Signed, C for Catherine. Now, given the contention the photo had caused, it was probably good PR for Catherine herself to take responsibility for the photoshopping errors. Aside from anything else, just about everybody loves her. She is consistently, along with her husband Prince William, one of the most popular royals, and you'd be hard-pressed to find really any point during her royal tenure, right back to when she was Prince William's teenage sweetheart, where she's put a foot wrong. Now, of course, people would understand a mother, having just had surgery, wanting her and her children to look their very best in her first appearance after surgery, especially when you are as well known as Catherine, Princess of Wales. But what wasn't good PR was refusing to release the original unedited image, which would have seemed the easiest way to reassure the public that, yes, their beloved princess is indeed okay and is looking forward to returning to public duty soon. It was this refusal to release the original image that has caused some quite alarming speculation, not only as to the state of Catherine herself, but also the state of hers and William's marriage. After all, with no original image, people can easily muse as to whether this is even an original photograph, which gave birth to this widely touted conspiracy theory.
Look at the pants. This is the exact sweater. It's from a company called Rice, I believe. And look at that neckline, and look at this part right here. I've upped the exposure quite a lot so that you can see the ribbing better, but look how it lands on her thigh area, the thickness of that belt of the ribbing, and then look at the turtleneck. Yes, I know a lot of turtlenecks look the same, but I do believe that this was photoshopped to be darker and it was just that cream sweater because they don't make it in another color. They make it in cream and in camel. Now let's look at the boots that she's wearing in this new photo. It's the same exact boots as this baby bank visit that she did with her kids. Let's talk about the little girl and what she's wearing. Look at the neckline on this sweater in this photo. And here she is in a very similar neckline on the same day from the baby bank. And you can see it even better here in the fashion blog from December where they were breaking down what everybody was wearing in this video. It's a very specific neckline. I mean, take a look. It looks like they just added another sweater on top of this. But it doesn't stop there because take a look at the shoes that her daughter was wearing that day. These are the same exact shoes and probably the same tights, but it's hard to tell because the photos are a little bit saturated and I can't see the ribbing in the original one. But it's definitely the same shoes. Now the older kid was wearing this navy sweater and plaid shirt underneath at the baby bank. But it kind of looks to me in this photo like that's the same sweater, they just made it a little bit lighter and then they didn't want you to notice the checkered collar, so they covered it with blue.
Other theories about the lack of an original photo of Catherine include the notion that it's actually her face from the 2016 cover she did for Vogue superimposed onto the recent photo.
If you thought the craziest parts of the Kate Middleton conspiracy theory were over, well, just get ready because they keep getting thicker. Because people have put it together and this face is an exact copy and paste of the face Kate Middleton made for a Vogue magazine back in 2016. And this video showing an exact overlay proves it. Look at this, the Vogue magazine cover, and as it blends out, it is the exact same face from this photo. Now, if you still don't believe me and you think it's still just a fluke, this is the picture overlaid with half of it erased, and look how exactly everything lines up. The possibility of these two photos lining up perfectly is near zero.
Even the recent photo of Catherine seen in a car next to Prince William while leaving Windsor Castle after apologising for the photo did little to quash speculation, as internet users simply concluded that too was photoshopped, as it appears the brick in the background is two different types, and apparently Catherine's hair looks similar to a photo taken a number of years ago. Some have even speculated Catherine's sister Pippa has been used as a body double. So now we're partway down the hashtag Photogate or hashtag Katespiracy rabbit hole. The next step people have been taking is to ask why the royals would need to allegedly fake a photo of the family in order to prove Catherine's well-being. Well, the reasons range from rather unwholesome to downright morbid. Obviously, there are those who believe that Catherine is more ill than the palace is letting on. I mean, that is an obvious one. But other theories denote that Catherine is having a terrible mental health crisis, or is in a coma, or is in fact dead. And, at least according to some, that Prince William may be behind it.
So I've been watching a lot of TikToks about what has been going on in the royal family the past few months. And I think that William may have seriously harmed Kate Middleton, and that's what she is hopefully recovering from right now. Hopefully she's not gone. But I think there's a lot of evidence that points to this, including the anecdote that Harry told in his book about William. We know that William is prone to violence and being violent towards loved ones.
As you can see, the virulent speculation about Catherine, Princess of Wales, goes well beyond simply people hoping she's all right, and right into the camp of those who hate the monarchy and are desperate to find any kind of chink in its armour. And it doesn't help that the world of celebrity television has been broadcasting about the situation in a terribly disparaging way. Have a look at this from talk show host and alleged comedian Stephen Colbert, who brought up the rumour that Catherine's absence is because of an alleged affair had by William in 2019.
I think we all know who the alleged other woman is. Say it with me, the Marchioness of Cholmondeley. What a beautiful name that I'm being told right now that I pronounced incorrectly. It is, in fact, pronounced Chumley. Counterpoint, no, it's not. Learn English, England. Now, there have been rumors of an affair between William and the marching band of chicanery since 2019. According to tabloids back then, when Kate supposedly confronted him about it, he laughed it off, saying there was nothing to it. Aha, always a good response when your wife accuses you of cheating. Ha ha!
Now, for the record, there is not, nor has there ever been, any evidence to support the 2019 rumour that Prince William had an affair with Rose Hanbury, the Marchioness of Cholmondeley. It would not surprise me if, given the timing, that rumour was actually started by the Sussexes, namely Meghan Markle, to try to damage the branding of the then Cambridges. For Stephen Colbert to gratify himself like this is really beyond tasteless, as was another alleged comedian, John Oliver, and his celebrity friends.
There is a non-zero chance she died 18 months ago. They might be weekend at Bernie's in this situation.
Ladies, hello! How are you today?
You see her with a copy of the day's newspaper.
I didn't even know or care about Kate Middleton's leave of absence, but then you release a photo so edited they have to issue a kill order? Well, now I'm all in.
I'm calling that Kate was the one who edited the picture.
Is she getting a BBL? Is she divorcing William? Is she gone girling him?
Oh my God. Do you think she's gone girling him?
I mean, my TikTok was saying so.
TikTok is always right.
I think so.
New theories of divorce, the palace insisting they will not release the original unedited photo. Questions about Kate's whereabouts even made it into the White House press briefing.
Do you know if he is worried about her?
I have not spoken to the president about this.
Now, you may all be wondering what the big deal is that the public is reacting this way to the Wales' photo situation. After all, internet is going to internet, and celebrity talk show hosts will always be a little bit tacky. The problem is that the monarchy only exists nowadays at the behest of public opinion. While the Republican movement in the UK is small, it is noisy, and it is growing, and it is constantly looking for opportunities to undermine the institution it so despises. When Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II was at the helm of the British royal family, it was very hard for anyone, really, to find fault with how things were run. Having been queen for such a long time, Her Majesty had it all down to a fine art. But with her, sadly, having departed this life, the monarchy no longer has her wealth of experience to help guide it through potential PR debacles. And this photo faux pas has, sadly, turned into a debacle. Now, why the Walesers thought a shadowy photo of the side of Catherine's face sitting in a car was going to quash public speculation as to her whereabouts and well-being, rather than just exacerbate every conspiracy theory out there, I have no idea. Certainly, the late Queen would have handled this situation very differently. The Prince and Princess of Wales must think very, very carefully about how to proceed from here, lest they give those who would tear down the 1,200-year-old institution that is the British monarchy any more ammunition. But I would be remiss not to mention one particular conspiracy theory surrounding Catherine, Princess of Wales. Now, the photo was so obviously poorly edited, it boggles the mind that it could have got past the scrutiny of palace staff before it was released. Certainly, Catherine herself, with her eagle eye for photography, surely would have noticed details like Princess Charlotte's missing sleeve when she gave her editing job presumably a final once or twice over. She's too astute an operator with the public not to realise such things. And yet, still, the photo was made public. Could it be the photo was used, dare I say it, to distract the public from something else? Namely, King Charles's ailing health. Is the king, heaven forbid, sicker than we've been led to believe? And the furor over the photo, easy to predict, especially given the absence of Catherine's wedding ring, is a means of having the public look the other way, at least for a little while. After all, Prince William and Catherine Middleton are, as I mentioned, two of the most popular royals. They can take a little bit of public heat without any lasting damage to their reputations. Now, to be clear, I'm not claiming this as fact, not at all. But it is a hypothesis.